found a legacy advantage, and you're gonna get a present if I'm gone.
But it backfired.
Sierra's got to be the one to go.
I need that advantage.
The word I gave you was that if I can take care of you, I will. I'm sorry, I cannot.
We're going to do the buddy system. Nobody talks to anybody on their own.
Don't even friggin' entertain any crap with them.
No conversation about it.
No,
Just the weather.
An alliance without you being there. I mean, there's a player with the four girls. So, but at least the games are revolving around us, which is good.
So, I'm playing this for Owen.
For Owen.
Yep.
I think I have usurped Sarah's throne tonight. And once again, Chaos Cast will show up at Tribal.
Today we're crowning the single most impactful strategic move in every Survivor season. So here are the rules. 1 move per season. None will be groups of moves. Impact over flash. Grades are based on overall impact. From A+ and below, we'll see how epic they were in the Survivor lore. Now that we've got that out of the way, Survivor Borneo. Richard Hatch steps off the final immunity pole to let Kelly boot Rudy. It's the first real endgame decision. Richard sacrifices safety because he knows Kelly will cut Rudy, creating the precedent that Survivor is chess, not checkers. Survivor Borneo, A+.
I wish you both luck.
Rich! Oh my gosh.
Thought you were gonna make a long speech.
Not long, I said, a speech.
Survivor the Australian Outback. Tina engineers Mitchell's boot with the pass vote tiebreaker. This showed Survivor wasn't just about who has the numbers. If you understood the mechanics better than anyone else, you could bend them and flip the game. So just because Mitchell had received one previous vote, he was out after the deadlock tie, and Tina's alliance took control of Ogakor, and she still looked like a lovable mom at the end of it. Survivor the Australian Outback, B+.
How many votes have you had cast against you, Keith?
None.
Mitchell?
1.
1. 1 vote is the difference.
Survivor Africa, Lex helps get Brandon to flip at the Kelly vote. In one stroke, Lex kills the game of Kelly the Rat, locks in his alliance, and proves that being paranoid and persuasive can overcome original tribal alliances. Survivor Africa, B-.
This is a kicker. I made a promise to Lex that I would vote this way tonight, and I'm probably going to invite it, but I really am doing it.
Survivor Marquesas, Nyla and Pascal decide to topple the Road to 4. Noticing the pecking order after the Coconut Chop immunity challenge, Nyla convinced Pascal to join the Minority Alliance to take down the cocky Road to 4. This single blindside introduced fluid alliances and cracked open Survivor into the cutthroat game we know today. Survivor Marquesas, A+.
So Pascal, if me and you are going to get anywhere towards the end, we have to do this. Well, we would be fools not to. I'm not going to go out 5th or 6th. We worked too hard. We've been here for too long, worked too hard.
Survivor Thailand, Brian breaks up Ted and Helen at Final 5. Like them or not, Ted and Helen were the only competent people left between Brian and his $1 million. After the two went on reward together, Brian felt threatened, so he won immunity, prevented them and Jan from voting him out in a 3-2 majority, and he made sure Ted was voted out instead of his perfect jury goat Clay. Survivor Thailand, C.
I'm asking brother to brother. Mine and X to go.
Why? What are you doing?
Survivor the Amazon, Rob blindsides Christy after already flipping once to take out Alex. Marked as a traitor and outnumbered, Rob convinces Jenna and Heidi that Christy is being cocky as the swing vote and won't commit. So what does he do? Takes out the swing vote and takes the heat off himself. Survivor the Amazon, A-.
Better vote her off then. I mean, the thing is that I realize that you guys aren't gonna believe me. I mean,
but I would have to trust you on this.
You'd have to trust me on this.
Survivor Pearl Islands, Burton and Fairplay blindside Rupert at the merge. With Burton immune, they cobble together the outsiders to take out the season's biggest force, ripping control away from the pirate master himself and opening up the post-merge landscape. Survivor Pearl Islands, B.
Although I promised him that I wouldn't write his name down again, promises to me can be broken about as easily as a fat woman on wicker furniture.
Survivor All-Stars, Rob convinces Lex to save Amber after the tribe swap, then betrays him. He weaponizes Lex's loyalty, promises protection, then knives him at the merge, cementing Romber's dominance and defining the ruthlessness of All-Stars. Survivor All-Stars, A+.
The word I gave you was that if I can take care of you, I will. I'm sorry, I cannot.
Survivor Vanuatu, Leanne's blindside at Final 7 fractures the women's alliance. Chris and Eliza join Twyla and Scout to topple Leanne, collapsing Amy's power structure and handing Chris the opening to slingshot from Dead Man Walking to sole Survivor. Survivor Vanuatu A.
Chris pulls me aside and says Twyla and Scout discussed with him the possibility of changing this game around, and the only way to do it would be with my vote.
You have my word, I swear to you.
Survivor Palau, Karen picks Willard over Jonathan in the tribe draft. Yeah, I stick by this. With the final men's pick, she chooses the weakest option, ensuring that if Oolong lost, Willard would be the target instead of her, buying herself the runway to finish 5th overall in a pretty competent cast. Survivor Palau C.
Willard.
Willard stays in the game. Jonathan is out of the game.
Before we get to the chaos of the next few seasons, drop in the comments which early moves set the stage for all of Survivor's strategy. Was it Richard's alliance, Rob's backstabbing, or something else entirely? Survivor Guatemala, Danny buys the auction advantage and shatters the majority alliance. She leverages the auction advantage into immunity when she would be the easy target, shattering the core alliance and launching her comeback run. Survivor Guatemala C.
Danny wins immunity. Well played.
Money well spent.
Money well spent.
Survivor Panama, Sari orchestrates the legendary 3-2-1 vote to blindside Courtney. With pure social maneuvering, she splits votes, dupes Shane, and eliminates the easy goat, proving one player's persuasion could outmaneuver Numbers and Terry's god idol. Survivor Panama A+.
Me, you, and Alex vote Courtney because Shane is going to vote you. Terry and Courtney are going to vote ours, and me, you, and Iris are going to vote Courtney. I'm absolutely positive.
Survivor Cook Islands, Yule flips Penner at the merge by showing him the idol. One conversation dismantles Raro's majority and powers the I-2-4's historic underdog run to the end. Survivor Cook Islands A.
And I'm asking you for both of our sakes to become my ally again.
I was not that surprised when Yule showed me the idol.
Survivor Fiji, Stacy proposes voting Eduardo as least likely to get the idol. Alex wastes the idol on himself. Eduardo gets blindsided 5-3-1, and the Horsemen implode in Survivor's first idol misplay. Survivor Fiji A-.
Alex, why don't we vote off Eduardo?
Why don't we vote Eduardo? That'll come out of nowhere.
Because they think we're doing Mookie or Alex, but if we hit him with Eduardo...
Survivor China, Amanda convinces the tribe to blindside James holding 2 idols. By keeping him calm, they ensure neither idol gets played, eliminating the strongest physical player with both idols in his pocket. Survivor China A+.
We play after we're voting PG out. Hand it over him.
Survivor Micronesia, Parvati recruits Natalie and Alexis into her alliance. None of her later fireworks work without locking in the fan woman during the swap, giving her the numbers and loyal soldiers she needed to build the Black Widow Brigade. Amanda may not have loved the idea at the beginning, but it certainly worked out in their favor in the end. Survivor Micronesia B+.
In an alliance without you being there, I'm an essential player with the 4 girls. So, but at least the games are revolving around us, which is good.
Survivor Gabon, Kenny flips Susie to blindside Marcus. By convincing Susie she's at the bottom of the onion, they peel her away and topple the season's power center in one perfectly timed coup. Without that move, she couldn't have made it to 2nd place. Survivor Gabon B.
Or I can vote with Kenny and Crystal. I don't know if it's good or bad. I'm confused and I just don't know. I don't know how to feel about it right now.
Survivor Tokensheens, JT and Steven side with Coach and Tyson to blindside Brendan at the merge. Down 3-6 after Joe's medevac, they abandon the Exile Alliance, split the votes on Brendan and Sierra, and send Brendan out with an idol in his pocket, handing themselves the keys to the rest of the game. Survivor Tokensheens B+.
Brendan, need to bring me your torch.
Survivor Samoa, Russell cancels 7 votes with an idol and sends Kelly home. At Tribal, he slaps down his newly found idol, nulls every Galoo ballot, and the minority's 4 votes topples Kelly, a bombshell that flips the season. Survivor Samoa A.
Russell does not count.
Survivor Heroes vs. Villains Parvati's double idol play. Parvati shields Sandra and Jerry with 2 idols without even burning her own, while the villains pile votes on JT. Survivor Heroes vs. Villains A+.
So, Jerry, that one's for you too.
Damn it.
It's time to settle the age-old debate, which queen of Survivor truly deserved to win Heroes vs. Villains. Well, we know it's definitely not Russell Hantz, the inferior Russell. Want to support the superior Russell in the battle to pass him in subscribers? Now's your time to be on the right side of history by subscribing to this YouTube channel. Survivor Nicaragua, Sash gets Marty to hand over the hidden immunity idol. Promising safety, he extracts Marty's idol without giving anything back, pocketing power and underlining how manipulative Sash could be until it came to manipulating jury votes. Survivor Nicaragua, C.
The one that was with me when I found the hidden immunity idol. Sash has the other one. Sash ended up asking Marty for it, and like a dummy, Marty gave it to him.
Survivor Redemption Island, Rob imposes the buddy system to prevent flips. By creating an us versus them dynamic in the post-merge, Rob denies Zapatera an inroads and walks his Ometepe alliance to a clean sweep. This is only impressive because the group Rob leads is filled with zombies who can't think for themselves. Most other casts wouldn't adhere to this. Survivor Redemption Island B-.
We're gonna do the buddy system. Nobody talks to anybody on their own.
Don't even friggin' entertain any crap with them.
No conversation about it.
No,
Just the weather.
Survivor South Pacific, coach persuades Cochrane to flip at the merge, turning a 6-6 deadlock into a 7-5 Opalu majority. Coach's pure social pressure nullifies Aussie's redemption gambit and hands Opalu the keys to the endgame. Survivor South Pacific A.
There's a line in the sand. Come across that line.
All in all, what I took away from Coach is that he's an incredibly intelligent guy.
Survivor One World, the blind side on Tarzan. Him convinces Alicia to cut Tarzan at Final 6. By framing him as plotting against her, him ensures the women stay united, blocking a 3-2 flip from the bottom feeders and preserving her airtight path to the win. Survivor One World B+.
The only reason Alicia would be willing to give up Tarzan, who has appeared to be one of her minions, is if she's convinced that he's not a minion after all, but he's the mastermind who's trying to take out her mastermind.
Survivor Philippines, Denise convinces Scoopin and Lisa to cut Malcolm at Final 4. It's a pretty obvious move, but Malcolm could have won the game if he was at Final Tribal Council. Denise didn't want to risk anything, and convincing Lisa and Scoopin to take her was the perfect way to cap off her game. Survivor Philippines B.
Take the best of the best of the best to the end. So I have to figure out a way to convince him that it's worth it to take me with them.
Survivor Caramoan, Cochrane blindsides Andrea with an idol in her pocket. Anticipating she'd cut him for a different Final 3, he corrals Dawn and Sherry to vote her out, eliminating a social and physical rival and clearing his path to a unanimous win. Survivor Caramoan B+.
Having a game plan. Well, that plan doesn't include me. I want to be a part of everybody's plan. And if I'm not a part of your plan, Andrea, you're not going to be a part of mine.
Survivor Blood vs. Water, Tyson orchestrates the Aris blindside. He rallies the votes to topple the perceived king of the season at the merge, dismantling the power pair structure in a takeover that cements his endgame control. Survivor Blood vs. Water B.
Aris. That's 5, that's enough. You need to bring me your torch.
Survivor Cagayan, Cass flips at the merge to blindside Sarah. As the swing, she abandons Apari at the last second, detonating a 2-idol standoff and giving Solana the numbers in an unpredictable, game-warping heel turn. Survivor Cagayan A.
I think I have usurped Sarah's throne tonight. And once again, Chaos Cass will show up at Tribal.
Survivor San Juan del Sur, Natalie engineers the John blindside with a 2-2-2 split. She manipulates the vote so John doesn't play his idol, then flips on the revote to send him out. A perfectly timed strike that flips her endgame. Survivor San Juan del Sur A+.
Bring me your torch.
Survivor Worlds Apart, Carolyn plays her idol to nullify 5 votes and boots Dan at Final 6. A flawless read that turns a majority strike into her survival, fracturing Rodney's block and cancels Dan's extra vote. Survivor Worlds Apart A-.
Woo! Carolyn does not count.
If you're still here, you're a real one. Hit the like button so I know to keep making these deep dives. Survivor Cambodia, Jeremy plays his idol on Fishback. Proving loyalty by voting with someone is one thing, but playing your idol on someone else is another. Jeremy really proved that if you're with him, then you're with him. Survivor Cambodia, A.
For Fishback.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Survivor Go Wrong, the battle of the Super Idol. Kai refuses to combine idols into the Super Idol and votes out Scott. Survivor Go Wrong, B+.
Okay, once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately.
Survivor Millennials versus Gen X, the fake idol. As David crafts and plants a fake idol that snags Jay at the final 6, he hand builds a legit looking idol from beads and shells, baits Jake into finding and then playing in at tribal, wasting Jay's previous idol play and puncturing his endgame. Survivor Millennials versus Gen X, A-.
Ooh. Not a hidden immunity idol. It is a work of art.
Survivor Game Changers, Sarah votes out Sierra and gains her legacy advantage. Sarah pounced quickly on Sierra's fatal mistake of admitting she had the legacy advantage. It just goes to show that if you tell the wrong person the right thing, they will maximize it for their gain. Survivor Game Changers, A-.
Found a legacy advantage, and you're gonna get a present if I'm gone.
But it backfired.
Sierra's gotta be the one to go.
I need that advantage.
Survivor Heroes versus Healers versus Hustlers. Ryan flips to vote out his closest ally, Ali, at Final 14. By sacrificing loyalty for tribe line allegiance, Ryan proves he can cut deep to secure his place in the majority, though the move was more survivalist than masterful. Survivor Heroes versus Healers versus Hustlers, B-.
Allie, need to bring me your torch.
Survivor Ghost Island, Dominic bluffs with a fake idol at Final 6. Facing a planned Sebastian blindside on him, with an extra vote in Sebastian's pocket, Dom theatrically reveals 2 idols at Tribal, tries to play the fake one before the vote, publicly outs Sebastian's extra vote, and spooks the opposition into not using it, then watches Sebastian go 4-1-1, while Dom keeps his real idol unplayed and marches to Final 5 in control. Survivor Ghost Island, B+.
My Andrea idol that I found on day 2. And this is my Jay idol. David from Millennials vs. Gen X made a fake idol for Jay.
Survivor David versus Goliath. Carl targets Dan with the idol nullifier at Final 9. Paired with Nick's vote steal, the nullifier kills Dan's idol and detonates Goliath's control in one shot, cementing the Davids as Survivor's most celebrated underdog. Survivor David versus Goliath, A.
Votes cast against Dan will still count. I'll read the votes.
Oh my God.
Survivor Edge of Extinction, this whole season sucks. Survivor Edge of Extinction, F. Survivor Island of the Idols, Kelly gives Dean an idol to blindside Jack post-swap. Kelly made a big move, but did it really help her game? It didn't bring Dean closer to her, and it felt like she was doing it just to do it, but still an impressive maneuver. Survivor Island of the Idols, C.
Do you?
And I kind of want to give it to you. When you give an idol to someone.
Survivor Winners at War, Denise slays Queen Sandra with a 2-0 idol plan. She buys an idol from Sandra, plays an idol to cancel incoming votes, and sends Sandra home with no counterplay. It's really the social maneuver of how she got the idol that impresses me most. Survivor Winners at War, A.
War. Sandra.
Survivor 41, Ricard cut Shan at Final 8. After all they went through on the Ua tribe, you'd think they'd be ride or dies, but truly they're both kind of villainous and willing to cut each other to win. Good maneuver, but is Ricard on the Mount Rushmore of Survivor? In his dreams. Survivor 41, B.
True game, Chad.
Diana, you
Great
played.
game, Chad.
You played me over Ricard. You have my vote for $1 million. Deshaun, you're a snake.
Survivor 42, Marianne engineers the Olmore blindside at Final 6. 6. Talk about building your resume. After being considered overly emotional, Marianne takes out the most dominant strategic force left in the game in a very flashy way using her extra vote. Survivor 42, A.
13th person voted out and the 6th member of our jury. Omer.
Wow, good job.
I'm sorry.
Survivor 43, Jesse blindsides Cody with Cody's own idol. He dupes his closest ally in front of the jury, then doubles down with another idol play, torching 2 rivals, safety nets, and flexing unmatched control, only to flame out at fire making. Survivor 43, B+.
For Owen.
Yep.
This is a hidden immunity idol.
Survivor 44, Danny plays his idol to save Franny. Sure, it was fun, but doesn't it feel like it was just delaying the inevitable? Franny wasn't going to win, and neither was Danny. Survivor 44, C+. Survivor 45, D leaks the Julie hit. She ends up leaking it to Julie, triggering the idol and Emily's blindside. By tipping her ally to the plot, D turns a clean Julie boot into an explosion, keeping her majority airtight and tightening her grip on the endgame. Survivor 45, B+.
Why don't I just write Austin? No, you're getting too personal about it. No, Emily is more of a threat. Austin's about to write my name now. But he doesn't want to, like...
Survivor 46, Liz spearheads the Tevin blindside while Q's chaos hides her hand. Amid the fallout of Q's antics, Liz directs the strike against Tevin, removes a dangerous strategist, and subtly shifting momentum toward the eventual winner. Survivor 46, C+.
Kenzie, come here.
You told Charlie Murray that all.
Survivor 47, Rachel carves the auction tarp idol and uses it to take out Andy. She uncovers a hidden advantage from the fries, converts it into a daylight idol find, and topples Andy. It's a centerpiece move in her resume and a rare new era idol innovation. Survivor 47, B+. Survivor 48, Kyle with Camilla engineers the Shaheen blindside with a big lie. He seeds a false narrative that isolates Shaheen, executes the blindside, and saves the reveal for final tribal. Survivor 48, A-. If you want more Survivor content, click here as we rank every Survivor season worst to best.